Welcome back to Text to a video once again, ladies and gentlemen. I am working on getting some more content. I have a lot to do, but I'll talk about what's in the box. It is something I've wanted for a while. I already have one that is the NATO variant, but let's take all this stuff out of here. Is the Galil ACE chambered in Tommy round 7.62 by 39. So put that out of the way, and there it is. I know some of you are going to be familiar with this, some are not. This is Israeli made. I believe it's assembled in the United States though, but it is a very nice setup. Has a folding stock built in with it. They offer this in the pistol variant and the rifle variant. I wanted the rifle. They also offer it in 5.56. Does have a last round bolt hole open for that model. This takes standard mags. This is in the way so you cannot use a drum, and there's certain fatter mags that you cannot get off in there because of that, but it does help with speed as far as reloading goes. They also have it in 7.62 by 51. Excuse me, coronavirus catching up with me. So upside of this thing, it is that, you know, it's an AK variant. There's guys gonna be like, this is not an AK. Doesn't matter, it's based off of it. Pop the hood and I'll show you. It looks just like a damn AK inside. We'll take an AK trigger, you know, so, you know, I'm gonna probably put an LG in here. This thing has a lot of upgrades coming as far as what you see here. This does have removable tabs. This is one of those things where it's like I wasn't gonna buy it and do what I want and just, you know, not really talk about it. But you know, I've got guys that are like, yeah, you know, I know this thing's been reviewed a lot, you know, whatever it is, certain pistol, firearm, rifle, whatever. It's like, but I want to know what you think. So I mean, that's really cool that, you know, you guys value my opinion, and I appreciate that, and try to give you the good and downside to anything when I can. So that being said, I'm gonna cover this thing, test it for accuracy. I know a lot of guys want to see how it does with me shooting my method. So, but this does have a fairly fat handguard, and for me, it actually, you know, it even from my big gorilla hand, I can tell, yes, it is it's on a large side, but I'm still kind of comfortable with it because, you know, my hand size. But I do prefer the thinner, like an M-lock, you know, whatever. So, you know, like an AR. So, but the cool part about this is these rails will come off and it'll make it thinner. It does have like a little built-in hand stop here. And so pop all these off, and it does expose, I think the early model, somebody said something about it being made out of metal. My 308 in this, it's composite like the rest of it, but it is now a little thinner. It does have, you know, your pick rails on all three sides. Now, some more upside to this is chrome line cold hammer forged barrel. This does have a traditional regular old, you know, flash hydrant. The top cover rail is actually notched, so it locks in pretty well. You do have your night sights are actually built into there, three point dot, and take some of this stuff off here. The upside of this thing is it is a milled receiver, so you're going to be getting extra accuracy without the barrel flex because it's milled at the price of a little bit extra weight. I don't care. I'm a big boy. You know, I don't even lift weights and it doesn't bother me. So, you know, some people want to complain about things being hefty. This does lock in very well. You gotta, you know, kind of get really aggressive with it until it breaks in, because once it locks, it doesn't wobble, it doesn't move. It does have left side charging handle for people like me that are right-handed. Swap mag, keep going. The trigger is so-so. I don't know where my trigger measuring device is. Let's see, because I do not recall what it was on my 308 model. 7.62 by 51 NATO. So, all right. So this guy here is. Just picked it up today. All right, that was 5-ish. We'll do 3 pulls. See what it looks like. 5. I mean, these things aren't exactly cheap. So I'd imagine it wouldn't have too bad of a trigger. But I don't pull 4.7 to 5 pounds. Not bad compared to an AR's mil-spec trigger. But for like the PSA, factory PSA, like you can feel this walk up to a wall, 2-stage style. Bam, there it is. PSA, I don't really have a wall with that like a traditional AK, so I will probably put an LG in this. Let's see. This does, if you've watched other videos, you're familiar, this does drop out of the way with the dust cover. But as it cycles, you can see it right there. As it cycles, it does move out of the way and drops down. Helps keep funky out of there. So you've got to seal the AK operating system. I don't get too much more reliable than that. See if I can pop this hood open on this thing. Brand new, so I don't expect it to be so friendly with me, because I know what it was like for my 762x51 model. So here you go, you get a little tab, the centers, locks in that way. And there, you can see that it does have a notch. So it sits in, locates itself. You know, I mean, that's, you know, it's not an AK. Yes, it is not an AK, but it is a freaking AK. So that comes out just like an AK. This is nice. This locks in together when everything is installed. And let's see, locks in like that. So this thing is pretty nice. It really can't go anywhere. And the cover forces it forward. So you drop it off just like that. And there's no, you know, count block style locking system. But as you can see, look at that. I mean, it just looks like an AK in there. Not that the lighting is very good, but like I said, it is what it is. It's a double claw factory AK style trigger, but you do have your safety is on this side, ambidextrous, like, you know, ergonomic like you'd want. And you can also do your, you know, right side commie style thing without having a full metal piece there. So otherwise, I really love these because they're the best of the best when it comes down to anything that's going to be AK based to me, because it puts the ergonomics to like this side of the damn Sentry, and it eliminates the right side charging handle issues that I don't like because I'm left-handed. It you know, it addresses all the problems I complain about on an AK. But I will say, you're gonna watch this on film, people say that they complain about this buffer right here that's included. You can get you know, if you want to, you get you a dang adjustable gas piston. Take that out, you can tune it down, but it's definitely designed so that it cannot beat itself to death, but it will be super reliable. Seen people get sub MOA out of these too. Yes, sub MOA from an AK variant, but that's due to being milled and cold hammer forged. And I love my Palmetto State Armory AK-E. It kind of officially bumped my KS-47 out of my favorite spot, just because it's just super awesome to me. So these are very tight fit if you can't tell. All right, once that's back there, charge that, knocks that back in place. So yeah, very tight fitting. That's why this rail doesn't move. There's some slow motion footage you'll see out there. You can actually see this thing as it fires, it'll kind of flex up or whatever, but it's not stopping people from going sub MOA. I've gone sub MOA 5-shot groups with my 762x51 model. I think Nothing Fancy went like sub MOA with 3-shot groups of one of these. I'll test mine myself. It's going to be hot when I do it, so I'm not going to be expecting the same results. But yes, definitely going to be getting modified. I have since this right here, there's 2 options. I didn't know it whenever I originally got into the ACE because I got the 51. Later on, I see guys that it comes up here and they cut it and all this is missing. So it looked prettier. I was like, wow. Like, yeah, you can even put, you know, any magazine in it now because they cut that out of there. And you can do that. You can cut this forward. You get in the Galil ACE owners group and see some pictures. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then next thing you know, they've got KNS. I believe it's KNS. They have a plastic delete kit. So this all polymer lower here is going to come off. and it gives you it's a trigger guard and a base similar to an AR. Bolts that on so you retain your safety over here just like normal. All the plastic comes off and you put an AR style grip on it. I've got a Hogue on the way. So all this is going to look different here. And then now that I've got this, I can see which bolt system this has. I'm going to put an RS Regulate hand guard on it. And then this is going to be getting knocked. Let's see, it's got a, I'm trying to remember what the deal was with this. Have to knock out. All right, guys, I got to fish that. There's a C-clip in here I have to fish out. I'll be removing this, and I'll be putting a titanium Galil style folder on here for that looks like the older Galil style. So between the handguard and the grip and that, I'm gonna be in love with this thing, and I'm probably gonna try to rock this fella on it. See how that does. This is a Cyclops, and it's you know, one of those things that I got it and I put it on the 50 caliber Beowulf, and it survived. So other options with this thing is going to be, besides the fact that you do have a rail, you don't have to side mount, it does hold. So this right here, you see I'm going to be down here, I'll pop this thing up. To get my actual hold, I have to pick my face up because it's just, you know, cheek weld sucks. But that's where this comes into play. So these will go on either way. You can do it this way or this way, you know, whichever way you're more comfortable with. I like mine to go on this direction right here, and it locks in, and it doesn't come right off. You gotta kind of mess with it. But now here I am, I've got the perfect cheek weld. So it does come with a riser. You know, I mean, for that price, you'd hope it does, right? Looks decent. You know, it's gonna look better with the titanium piece that I've got coming. I'll be able to get an aftermarket riser for it, but I might leave this on here for now. We'll see. I've got to wear a real sucker for the low power variable optics, and I'm just not to where I'm as much of a fan of the fixed stuff like I used to be. But if any of you guys are familiar with the AK groups, you have a gentleman in there I talked to a lot that's a lot of everybody's friend. He pointed out that he said something about he left his the way it was because he noticed that he was able to do faster mag swaps. I mean, I'd have to work on it evidently because, I mean, I haven't got to run one of these yet with this model. Mine's a 308, so it just makes a SR25 DPMS pattern mag. It's no big deal with this. He said he was actually able to swap mags faster, and you can see the more I do this, the more I'm getting to where, yeah, so that is an advantage, clearly, but it's going to make you selective on mags. But yeah, there it is, mag installed. I love these things. Like I said, I've wanted one of each. I got the 308 first, now I've got this. I might do the 308 and cover it as well. It's just accuracy testing or whatnot, and my luck, I'm not going to be able to like replicate the sub MOA that I got out of it because, you know, I'd actually be on film trying versus just, you know, doing whatever like I did before I actually got the YouTube channel started. You know, maybe come up on a year here, not too long. You guys have already got me over 1,300 subscribers. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. I did get monetized. Don't know what they're gonna actually pay me or any of that, but there it is. This is kind of ugly to guys like me. It's livable for now, but I am curious to see how well I can do with it. Either way, this right here is the best AK variant you can possibly get on the planet. In my book, you're gonna pay for it. They're not cheap. I mean, MSRP on this thing is like 1,800 bucks. I did see it. I got this one. There was a gunbroker deal for 1,609. Was on the Ace owners group, and I posted, hey man, anybody got a honey hole for these things? And I think it was like Gun Prime or Gun Pro, something like that. Had it for $13.64, and I was fixing to spend $16. So always ask around if you can, guys. It saved me a few $100. So yeah, I got a case of ammo sitting out on the front porch. I got to go grab that. This thing's going to be enjoying some of, and hell, I mean, I saved probably about 2,000 rounds worth of ammo by waiting around. And they did actually have these through Classic Firearms for $9.99 on a Blim sale about 2 years ago, and I was so pissed off. I didn't have the $1,000. It was close to Christmas. I couldn't swing it at the time, so you know, it is what it is. But hopefully you guys like what you see. You know, like I said, I'll be doing some testing on this thing, trying to see if I'm missing anything. Pointed out the stuff I love about it. The downside is the weight, but it is milled and it's quality stuff. I mean, it's made by a country that's surrounded by people that are trying to kill them, so they don't play around. Yeah, I love their weapons. I've never messed with the Tavor yet, so I don't know how I feel about their bullpup, but this is awesome. It is actually, they do issue these in a couple countries as their military grade weapons, so you are getting some very quality stuff. So last I'll need the 5.56, and then I'll have my collection complete and keep moving forward. But I will definitely update, swap brake, handguard, do the plastic elimination kit, get my triangle brace, and you know, get it where I want it. Go shoot it, have fun, see what kind of optic I end up with. But for now, I'll leave this on here and you know, keep on doing what I do. And sorry about the lack of content lately. We're getting the shooting location set up to where you know, getting some things addressed that we wanted to improve, so it's got me held up. So sit tight. Thanks for checking out Texas 2A video, and like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. All right, catch y'all next time.